So, have you done a little digging into the game?
I've done a little bit. I saw half of the interview with SW Dog. Yeah, SWU Cube.
Yeah.
I've read the how to play kind of stuff booklet. Uh, it seems really interesting because unlike other card games, which is a case of oh, you have to have three of each card or four of each card unless the rules say so. Unless we write our ban list say so. Yours is like you can have five of X or three of X or four of X and two, and it can as I saw in the interview yesterday, it reflects bug culture because you will have a surplus of workers, but as you get higher up into the guards and the higher up into the hierarchy of bugs, there are less of them because they're less needed. And when you get to the ultra rare, the high rare ones or the queens and the stuff like that for ants, you will only have one or two because that's how it works. So it's great to see that kind of attention to detail reflected in like how the card game looks with bugs as well. It shows you guys are really putting the research and effort into going. We wanted to make a game about bugs. How much can we learn about bugs to make sure it's all in there?
Yeah, we've definitely done some R&D. We actually even one of our dev members is he graduates in May. He'll be have a master's in entomology, so he's actually a bug scientist.
Oh damn!
And yeah, so he gives us feedback on what species to choose based on certain mechanics. So we'll take a bug that has a real bug in nature, and he'll like teach us about it, like what are its defense mechanisms and whatnot. And we use that as a way to lead into the mechanics of that card. So like the flavor of it's there. And then we also work with our art director so that the artists kind of portray that same sense. So we did that. Also, the rarity system not just reflects, like that hierarchy of the bugs, like you're saying, but it's also a decision that there's a couple. I mean, when we were R&D in the game, we were looking at it really holistically from all angles. And I've been really observant on multiple card games, like what decisions did this card game make that works, and what decisions this card make that doesn't work. Plus feedback from community members, from players and collectors. Early on, there was some feedback that said, you know, um, we don't want to see decks that are just a whole bunch of rares and cosmic rares put into a deck because they're quote unquote the best, right? So the reason for having a five off for our commons is it makes them really predictable, and it makes them, the ratio of you actually seeing that card go up, and so having more of commons and uncommons actually makes them value added and playable into the deck. So the decks you see like in the weekly leagues that they're better competitive, they really appreciate cosmics and rares for their kind of level of complexity in play, but also the commons get a lot of love and uncommons too, just due to the consistency of play with them.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have a multiple more rares and the rares are doing their job, it feels more impactful because of how little you have.
Yeah,
Whereas with the commons and uncommons, they're just providing good, consistent value, which is
yeah,
what you need to establish your hive as well as getting your devotion up.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and and also when we're kind of creating the game, you'll see when we do the learn play here. Um, we wanted a game like I've seen to some to some negative feedback, because I'm really involved in a bunch of discords that are like main deck where they're kind of like a bunch of indie devs that are creating, and then we give each other feedback. So I'm a lot of communities with that, and I've seen lots of card games that try to be so revolutionary and so different, but what happens is the learning curve is really high, and it's a little bit off-putting to some players that are just really understand the basic creature battlers. So when we did R&D, the premise was make the game feel similar to what you have played in the past, but put our own twist to it, right? So
Yeah,
we're not here having the premise that hey, we have something that plays like nothing other. No, we have a game that feels user friendly, feels like something you've played, but with good flavor of the bug theme, and with its really the hive mechanic. Our resource system is really the shiny jewel or something that's really flavorful and different for our game. So
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the TCG bubble, there isn't anything new under the sun, and like you said, you can take some big swings and you can fail. You can take some big swings and introduce something new. Looking at what's doing well and going, okay, but how can we put our own twist on this? How can we adapt this and do it in our own way? And like you said, the Hive resource system is something that you see in things like Star Wars Unlimited. I think there's Grand Archive uses a similar system, but none of them let you kind of fluctuate with the hive to your board so that you can swap units out, you can mess about with them. So it's a more structured way of going. Okay, I'm going to put this card into my hive, and I now know this is safe. It's in there. I want when I need it, when I can play it into my board state and have it at its most impactful. I have it ready to go. But it's also kind of like on that play side of your opponent knowing, oh, they've got that big all these little micro transactions that you're having to do in your head. I don't want to say I'm gonna not microtransactions. All these little micro decisions that you need to make that can really shift the tide of a game.
yeah, absolutely. Cool. If you want, I can start up a table unless you have something open.
Yeah, I had a quick look at the table, but yeah, if you want to start up a table, that'd be...
Okay.
The art is absolutely amazing. It's one
Thank you.
I do love chatting with artists, and I made friends with some like Critical Role artists, some Godzilla artists, and when I saw like the bug art and like this methods of magic and science put into the bugs, it's really cool to see. And the Kickstarter stretch goal mat, myself and a couple of my friends have absolutely fallen in love with. I think it was the art that they had on the background during the interview as well. It's chaotic in the best way.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's currently three deities or
hmm Cosmic avatars are called them. Yeah, we have Sol, Mars, and Luna. In set one, they reappear in set two. We have another set. Core set three comes out next month in March, and then uh, in set four that's going to release this summer around July, we're actually going to bring in another faction, Terra. So it's going to be a Green Alliance, and then we also have plans to release up to two more colors for a total of six colors between now and like the end of next year.
oh, that's really cool.
My recommendation for a good start in learning of the mechanics is over here in this green box. We have our starter deck, so I'm going to pull those out here.
Sounds good. Well, I need to pick a color. Got the opposite side of you.
So these are the three starter decks for set two. My recommendation is to start. Actually, yeah, start with one of these three. They're like the set one, and they're a really good way to kind of like learn the game, and then from there we can spice it up with set
Makes
two
sense.
stuff.
Let's start with a
So
Lunatide.
sure. So Luna plays like mid range tempo.
Ah,
It's basically the way it plays is it's a way to kind of filter through your deck to find some combo cards. I'm gonna play Solar Storm here. So we'll bring them to our side of the table. And the way you set up the game is you take your avatar card and you put it in the avatar throne. There you go. And then your card, Luna, reads it costs one Luna Dust once per turn. Look at the top two cards of your deck. You may put them on the top and or bottom of your deck in any order. So it's like a scry effect.
oh, that's pretty cool.
And so, like you said, you read the Learn to Play guide, so we can kind of just get going. And if you want, just for sake of teaching, I can go first.
Yeah,
Normally we would
that sounds
roll
good.
dice for it. That way I'll explain like the different phases of a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna draw my seven cards, and then we do have it where there is a mulligan system. So, for example, I'm gonna take one card here, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom of my deck. You can choose up to as many cards as you like, and then you draw that same number, but you don't shuffle your deck.
And in terms of the cost, if it's got the if it's got the affiliation symbol, that has to be done by a a high by generating dust of that symbol. If it's just the grey one, it's any.
For yes, yep.
Yeah.
So for example, my turn one play, I don't have a turn one drop, but I'm going to put a Spiny Swordmaster into my hive. So he produces when I exhaust him, he'll produce solar dust,
Yeah.
and his cost is two generic that can be paid with generic bugs or aligned bugs, and then three solar specific. So he costs five total to play.
Okay. In that this, I guess this allows you to kind of power scale cards, and you can make some cards like a 5 cost, but make them a little bit more powerful because they require 3 solar, which means you need to
Right.
have that out.
Correct. Yep. So in shard bugs, you have your draw step, but since I go first, I don't draw. You can play one bug into your hive per turn, and then you can play in any order, any support cards, items, any action cards, which are like your one and duns, and any bugs into the field during your main phase. That's also when you're going to exhaust any non dizzy bugs, meaning they don't have summoning sickness. You can exhaust them for devotion points.
Yeah.
You do all that, and then you go into your attack phase where you declare your attackers. Your opponent declares defenders. Once the attack phase is over, there's no main phase two. It goes straight to the end phase, and then that's the end of your turn.
Okay. Uh, so you have to you can't play any cards after you've attacked. Essentially, attacking is the last thing you do in your turn.
That's correct.
Okay.
There might be the oddball situation where there you may see a card ability that says at the end of turn it does this. And if you have an ability card that triggers at the end of your turn, your opponent can respond to that. So that's the only time you'll really see any plays at the end of turn.
That makes sense.
All right, well that's my turn. It's up to you.
So going second, I get to draw. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So I can put this in here,
Yep.
and then I can use that to generate dust to play a moth.
Yep. And so Cloth Moth is basically like a mana dork. While he's out in the
Yeah.
field, he could exhaust for dust.
But they're dizzy at the moment, so I can't use them for dust.
That's correct. Yep. All
Okay.
right. So my turn. I will draw my card. I'm gonna play a Devoted Ladybug into my hive. I'll use those two to create two solar dust to play Honey Alchemist onto the field. And that will end my turn since she's dizzy.
But like next turn you could move this to your hive and essentially get one additional dust source.
That's correct.
That's very cool. Okay. What is the keyword focus?
So in Shard Bugs, when you go to attack, let's say I'm going to attack with my Honey Alchemist, I'm actually attacking your devotion directly.
Yeah.
Okay. If let's say Honey Alchemist were to have focus, I can have Honey Alchemist force an opponent's ready bug to defend, so it could lure an enemy.
Oh, okay. So again, going with the bug thing, it's kind of like emitting pheromones to say you have to get in my way, kind of thing.
Yeah, the inspiration really was like Dragonfly, how they have the compound eyes, and those compound eyes really allow it to like hone in and target on an opponent. So
That's fair. Right, let's get a neutral one then, and then let's.
I will say though, the only cards you can put into your hive are bug cards.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Now you can have this guy exhaust for dust as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. If I exhaust that, I've got 3 lunar dust.
Yep.
Let's drop A FMJ,
Cool.
and I assume
FMJ.
Venom just means if it kills any bug.
So focus means you can force something to block it. Venom means that. So in this game, damage is not persistent unless a bug with venom battles against another bug without it. It deals damage in permanent -1/-1 counters equal to its attack. So this
Oh
J
wow!
will deal damage as two -1 counters, which makes like a big threat smaller for the next turn.
Yeah, and then when you go into combat, you have got the resistance and traits, which we'll get into when we get to
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Uh,
All right. So I'm assuming that's my turn.
yeah.
We do have a little handy reset button here. It says a little face next to the devotion counter. So if I click that, it resets my
Oh.
cards. I'll grab another card from my deck. Um, I will retreat Honey Alchemist. Now, normally you have to exhaust a bug to retreat it, but her special ability Hazard comes in untapped. I'll use 2 Solar Dust to play a Gilded Sentry Ant. And then I'll use another Solar Dust to play a Gold Field Ants. Because I have another ant on the field, my Gilded Sentry Ant's defense goes up by 1. So I'll put a +1 counter on its defense there. So it's a 1/2. Um, and that's my turn.
Okay, so draw one. Now it's a bad idea for me to focus your ants because they're resistant to my attack, which means I only deal 1 damage.
Yeah, you could technically get rid of this one, but not this one. And before you attack, you have to make sure during your main phase to play all your cards you're
Yeah,
going to play.
that's a very good point. I think we'll stick another leech in here. And then that's 1, 2, 3. And get this guy up.
Okay.
Let's swap this for another one.
Okay.
And then let's get a devotion. Because let's get on the board.
Now, this one actually has a 2 devotion as is shown on the upper right. Get it 2. There you go.
Okay.
So I'll reset my board and draw a card. I'm going to put let's see here, a couple options. I think I'm going to go ahead and exhaust 2 to use my avatar's ability to draw a card. I'm going to play a Woolly Bear to my hive. He's a rare. Now, he comes in exhausted, but next turn when he resets, he produces 2 Solar Dust.
Ooh, that's really good.
And I will go ahead and exhaust these 2 to gain a total of 3. And then I'll pass turn.
Okay. So, hand deal one. Draw 1. Okay. Let's keep the bug army going with a glowworm. And if I use 2, I can play my action to kill. Get rid of this, yep.
Boot my bug. Now he has a special ability that when he gets splat, I can create a Ant Warrior token. So it's basically a generic copy of himself.
Yeah, but that one you can't use for devotion because it's not aligned.
That because it has 0 devotion. But yes.
Yeah, because it has 0 devotion. Yeah.
Now there is ways in the game where you can give an unaligned bug devotion value, and then it can devote. But if it's zero, then it's zero.
Oh. Uh, guess the smart thing to do would be to. I need to get devotion before I attack, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. See, we're learning. We're learning. So let's get 2 devotion. You're dizzy, so let's then send these 2 at your devotion.
Okay.
I'm not going to use focus because you're probably going to want to jump in anyway.
You know what? I think I'll save my little ant, and I'll go ahead and just take the 4 damage.
Sounds good. And then back over here.
All right. So reset there. And draw a card. I think I'm going to use Woolly Bear to play another Gilded Century Ants. Now, since I have more ants, these guys get a little bigger. Two.
Yeah, they're going to keep getting bigger.
Okay. I will use. I'll play a bumper speaker into my hive. I'm going to pay 3 to come out and play a support call called Soul's Blessing. I'm going to activate it by paying 1. It's going to give my Gilded Century Ants a +2 devote. Actually, I'm going to give this little worm or this little token guy a +2 devotion.
Yeah.
So I can devote for 2. And 2 more. That's a total of 4.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass turn.
Oh. Okay. So that button's really helpful. Okay. Let's do some shenanigans. Let's get 2 devotion. Let's use this ability to have you lose a devotion.
Okay.
Let's pay 2. For focus, can I target ones that have been committed, or is it just
Only if it's ready.
only if it's ready? Okay. Let's pay 2 then and blow up the ant token.
Okay.
Which puts those back down to 2 2s. And let's keep on top of your devotion by sending both these at your devotion. What I will do is I'll draw focus with full metal jacket onto this.
Okay. So he doesn't die, but he gets 2 negative counters. He gets a -1 counter.
He gets -1 because of this.
Yeah, he resists the flyer.
And mine takes 2 and dies.
Yours takes. He only has 1 attack, so he's a 1/2.
Oh, it's only 1 defense. Okay, so
Yeah.
and
So
then
he lives, and then I take 2 damage.
and that damage doesn't persist. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that's a good turn.
back on 2. I should be using my ability more to try and find more bugs to play because I'm falling behind mana wise.
Oh, okay. I think you're doing just fine. Though. I'll go ahead and draw. I'm going to have Woolly Bear produce 2 dust to use Soul's ability and draw a card.
So is Soul the more control-y kind of deck because you are drawing a lot of cards?
No, I'd say Soul is meant to be a lot of cheap bugs that devote well. So it's supposed to be aggressive to the win con.
Ah.
So I'll pay 1 to put up a gold field ants. I will put a bomber buffly into my hive. I will exhaust these two to move up a bomber speaker from my hive to the field.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my bomber buffly to activate my blessing of souls, giving this a +2.
Yep, so you
So I'm
got
going to
4.
go for 4, 5, 6. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
So I do get a buff here.
Okay, let's use this to look at the top 2 cards of my deck.
Yeah.
Because I apparently don't have bugs. Cool. Let's put you there, then you there. Let's pay 3
Okay.
to get this. And I can just use this straight away.
Yep, you can mill a card and draw a card.
So, mill this to draw this. And then I'll put this into my zone. So we've got a 1-1. We've got a 1-1 that makes a 1-1. We've got a 3-3, and we've got a 2. We've got a 1-3 and a 1-2.
Yeah, so actually my bumble speaker, because I have another bee in my hive, is a 1-2.
Oh, it's for each being your hive. Oh yeah, wow, that's really good. Okay. Let's get risky. Let's pay the 2, and let's kill the ant.
Okay.
Which then lets you get the token. Let's cut off your down to 6 with me. Then let's attack with Moth Prepared and Full Metal Jacket, using Moth Prepared to pull focus on the Ant Warrior token.
Okay.
Full Jacket will just be going.
I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 damage.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll reset. Draw a card.
That artifact's very powerful.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and draw a card with my soul. I will get to play a Woolly Bear to my hive for turn. I think I want to slow down your board state a little bit. So I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3. I'm going to boot your FMJ for 2 damage. I'll use my last dust to activate Blessing of Soul, giving Guild Sentry Ants a +2 devotion. So it's 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go up to 10. And I think I'll leave 1 defender and I'll pass turn.
Right. Draw my 1. Let's pay 1, look at the top 2.
Now I want you to take a good look at what you just did.
Yeah.
Now take a look at what this says, and then take a look at what this says.
When you split, yeah. So if I have one of those on top of my deck, I can draw even more cards.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be interesting. But at the same time, I can't need to keep up in terms of dust. So let's splat to draw.
Okay.
Then let's pay 3 to draw 2 and then splat 1.
Yep.
So I splat this, I draw a card.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting the synergies going. Let's let's just have a party ribbon leeches in there. Why not? Then let's pay the 3 to drop this, and you'll splat a random card from your hand.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you pick.
Go for one in the middle.
Sure.
So you're dizzy. You're confused. Yeah, you're dizzy. Really need to start gaining devotion, but you're just going to be getting 6 from us. So that's a 9. Let's take you down by 1.
Okay.
And then let's attack you to see if we can get 2 more.
Okay, I'll take the 2.
And that's it.
Alright, so I'm gonna draw. Reset. Draw. I'm gonna pay 2 to draw a card. I'm gonna pay 2 to play a bumper speaker.
I mean, these are now even bigger.
No, it's only if
it's only higher. Yeah,
I'll pay 2 to play another bumper speaker. I'll pay 1 to activate Blessing of Soul on my bumper speaker that's not dizzy. I'll gain 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
15.
All right, your turn.
Okay, let's ready up. That's 1. Let's splat the top card of my deck. I get to draw 1. Nice. So do draw 2 from that. Okay, I've got. Oh, which one was this? When it attacks, it reduces based on its damage or on its devotion or how much it reduces.
So you mean whenever you attack?
Yeah.
So you attack, it deals damage based on its attack value here in the lower left.
Okay, so if it would be 3 devotion it took down.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's put you into the hive. Let's 1, 2, 3, and let's exhaust these 2. They don't ready up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play this aggro unit, which comes in red, which so it's not dizzied.
Correct.
Let's gain 3 devotion. And then let's hit you for 9 devotion.
Good play.
You've done 11 there. You should be at 6.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So these two stay exhausted.
Yeah.
I'll draw a card. I'm gonna go ahead and draw another card with my soul ability. I will use Morning Dew to draw 2 cards. I'm gonna splat a Bomber Bawfly, which allows me to draw another card.
Nice.
Um, I'll pay 2 to put out another Bumble Speaker. I'll pay 1 here to activate, give that +2 devotion, so I'm going to go up by another 8. I'm at 14, 1 blocker, and that's my turn.
Okay. Let's draw one. Let's splash top, see what we get. When this guy is splattered, oh wow. When this boogie splattered to target enemy splats 1 card from their hand.
Okay, I'll splat another item.
Just getting very lucky with that. I mean, that just seems too good not to do. So let's get another one in. 1, 2. Bugs you play from the hive to the field have to be readied.
That's correct.
Yes, okay. Let's get another card from your hand.
Okay, which one?
Go in the middle again.
Okay, Morning Dew.
Ooh, get rid of that draw synergy. I guess we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we put this in, which is aggro. We only got 1 blocker, so I guess the best thing to do is get 3 devotion. Yeah, only 3. Ping you for 1 devotion with this off the bat, and then just swing with both these saying block 1.
Yeah, I'll block 1. I'll take 6.
Taking 12 devotion doesn't seem like a very good thing.
No. All right, that's my turn.
That's my turn.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull it off. I'll put a card into my hive. I'll draw a card with soul. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh man, just shy.
So I hope you haven't got any aggro cards in hand.
No, I will pay 2 to put out a Honey Alchemist. One, 2, 3. I'm gonna play Dave Swift. So these 2 are dizzy.
Oh, that's cool. Items cost 0 to equip this book.
And then I'll tap 1 to activate Blessing. I'm a bubble speaker, so I'm gonna go 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
To 19.
Close but no cigar. Your turn.
Okay. You have 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I just if I just devote everything, I win.
You're lethal.
Is that 20?
GG.
Woo!
Yeah, you had me sweating.
Yeah, it's a really intuitive game, so I'm glad I was able to pick it up. But yeah, I thought you had me for a long time until I got these big boys down.
Yeah, I miscounted. I thought I had it in my last turn. I think no, I had a block anyways because if not, taking 12 would have got me out of the range. But yeah, it's just close but no cigar situation.
Yeah, I didn't even see that you basically you had 12 on board. I just kind of I looked out that I had the exact right.
Absolutely, good job. Yeah, I was a little surprised. Now there is another really good combo in Luna, and that's these leeches. Because if you read their abilities, they get stronger the more you put out. So I know you were tucking them in your hive, and I understand that. But I was like, man, when is he going to play his leeches? So I thought that was the play you're going for. But yeah, these Leviathans are they definitely put in a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Well, I guess it's kind of one of those things that if I'm in a position where I'm ahead, kind of where I feel comfortable,
Right.
I'd have dropped the leeches in because basically they sit there and they start applying pressure to you. But
Right.
you were generating so much devotion. It's like I need to be playing the big stompy units that just keep you in check.